disciple.
The great thing about B movies is they are the venue for stories that shouldn't be told. So let's go there. I was married when I was 21, and it seemed like all my wife at the time and I needed to do was wash our underwear together, and she'd get pregnant. By 23, I had a daughter and a son and a strong desire to not have any more. And this wasn't one-sided. My daughter was born weighing 9 pounds, 8 ounces, and my son came into the world at a whopping 11.3. Believe me when I tell you, wasn't nobody trying to test the waters for 13 pounds. Now, I've always known it takes two to tango. And my younger self deduced that in order to keep my dance card full without some derelict fallout was to get a vasectomy. You know, snipped, neutered, shooting blanks. I have to tell you, as a Gen Xer in 2001, we didn't have the non-invasive laser procedures that exist today. Oh no, I was in for the old cut, tie, turn and burn. It went down like this. 1, I called my insurance, who told me they were more than happy to cover the entire cost of the procedure. 2, I scheduled a consultation with an in-network doctor. And there, sitting in his office, trying not to focus on his one lazy eye, he grilled me with questions of like, how old are you? Do you have children? One of each gender. I finally convinced him to schedule me for the procedure. I was scheduled for his office. I drove myself to surgery. I was met there that day with a middle-aged Southern belle who escorted me to a changing room and told me to take off everything but your smile. And then I duck walked down the hall with one hand on my ass and the other holding down what can only be described as a custom cut access flap. We get to the OR room and we're met with 3 nurses. Their smiles and my sneaky suspicion this might be overkill. Now I'm laying on the OR table in my crotchless smock, and I am witness to their cat-like dexterity during a synchronized segregation of duties. Nurse 1 exposes my vulnerability and preps the battlefield with a towel. Nurse 2 grabs a hold of me, a little too tight in my opinion, until I realize she's showering me with ice-cold water from something that looks like a rabbit feeder. And if she didn't have my little soldier held in such an imperial grip, I bet he'd be missing in action to this day. Nurse 3, the most skilled of the coven, builds an igloo of Barbasol before dragging a razor across the most difficult terrain since patent-crossed Europe, removing any and all signs of my post-pubescence. And then in walks Dr. Lazy Eye asking me if I'm okay. And I can only assume that he interpreted my still shocked silence as agreement because he pulls out this 6-gauge needle. I mean, this thing is the size of the straw that comes with your boba tea. And he jams it in my nutsack. And then he's down to work like a Cambodian street vendor serving soup in a bag. And those of you that have been to Southeast Asia know that's messy work. There's a twist, pull, cut, snip, and then an arc from something that looks like a TIG welder that he's selected to cauterize his series of sailor knots. And as he's looking down with one eye on me and one eye looking to another dimension, he asks if everything's okay. And I said, well, Doc, there's nothing quite like the aroma of your own roast nuts. He starts to laugh, I start to laugh, the coven holding court in the corner starts to laugh, and he tells me, I've never heard that before. I'll do the other side for free. And I tell you, it's like, I took the kids to the drive-in and we saw Trolls, but somebody else bought the ticket, so you stay for the second feature, and it turns out to be Saw 3. Thank you.